Good evening, everybody.
Man, what a day.
First of all, I came here and your dean and your director had come and spoken so respectfully with me. None of my lecturers have given so much respect, so I started with so much of. I was scared for first. I was like, is he going to punish me or do something? And then wonderful speeches by everybody. Thank you so much at the very outset. I would like to thank everybody for having me here. I was perhaps in my first class, and my brother, elder to me, was in his second. And my father chose to teach him a song for the solo singing competition that was supposed to happen at my school. Of course, this is a story that my parents have told me. I was apparently standing at a corner looking sad. So my mom, out of pity, decided to teach me a song. It goes like Narayana Narayana Allah Allah Ma paliti tandri me pillala memella. I ended up singing this in the competition, and guess what? I got the first prize. My brother, who learned the song first, couldn't get it. He claims that he had a cold, but anyway, I thought I was always a better singer than him. There's no competition anymore. I'm going to tell you three stories that would probably, there are three qualities that I have, and you will know why I spoke about them at the end. First one is growing up in an orthodox middle class family. I used to always I was told that having stability in life is very important, right? With respect to income, with respect to your life, your priorities, your choices, everything. You need to have a stable life. As a kid, I sang in a few reality shows. I was also one of the finalists in one of the reality shows. And I was pretty popular, right? Because back in the day, there were only a few reality shows, and people used to recognize me in the trains and take autographs and stuff like that. It was fun, but I never thought that I could become a singer because I want a job. I should earn some money, stable money. Not I don't need high paychecks, but something that's very stable, right? Years later, I joined CBIT. I was decent at studies. Again, going back to my brother's story, he studied in IIT Kharagpur. So I was not allowed to feel that I am good enough in studies, but I got a decent MSET rank. So obviously, I got into CBIT. We formed a band there. It was called Jammers, with which we are performing even till date. We used to perform in college. I was going for national level singing competitions in IITs and one of your spring spree and stuff like that. I was winning those competitions too. I was told that I'm decent at singing, but still I couldn't think that I could be a singer. I joined my I joined a multinational company. I got a job finally, which I was really happy about. I joined the company, and then we were also performing with jammers. We were doing a few club shows, and I was working in rotational shifts, right? So I would go from the gig to the office, or sometimes after the gig is done, I would go for the night shift. But even at that point, I never felt that it's a struggle because in my mind, that paycheck that I used to get every month end was very important for me because I liked stability in life. And there came a situation where we got an inquiry for our first ever international trip. We were called to UK to perform and we got our visas. So I went up to my lead. Hesitantly, I asked, is there something we can do about this? Because I want to take a 1 month break. I would want to go perform there in UK and then I'll come back, join the job. Is there something we can do about it? And he was, of course, very blunt. He said, you're also as good as any other employee in the office. So obviously, we can't do that. So because I had no choice, I chose to resign. Now, this was February of 2020, and you all know what happened later. 15 days after I quit my job, there was COVID. All the stability that I was talking about was lost. I don't have a job in my hand. I don't have gigs, and I don't even know if gigs are going to ever start again because we didn't know how the social distancing norms are going to be after the lockdown is lifted. First of all, we didn't know even if the lockdown is going to be lifted ever. So there were scary times, right? So let's go to the second story now. This story is about strengths. I am a trained Carnatic singer. My keyboard player and drummer are trained in Western music. My bassy is trained in something else. My guitarist is a self-taught musician. So when all of us come together, It's a very interesting combination. So when I sing something in Carnatic or semi-classical style of music, my drummer cannot play obviously Carnatic style of drums, right? So he plays Western. So the fusion becomes very interesting. And when I joined the band, I was not very comfortable singing high energy dance kind of numbers, and I was very good with melodies and stuff like that. And people used to also like me singing that. So we never touched that kind of music. And I always thought that this is our strength, so let's work on this. And I luckily got a long break at COVID, so I worked on the other genres of singing, and finally now we are doing that. But I always believed that we should focus on our strengths. And if you look at my Instagram, I would be singing songs that are like very melodious, love songs, nostalgic, songs that have great lyrical value and stuff like that. There came a situation last year in July where we had to take a decision to do something different from what all the other bands are doing. So I thought, I'm doing this on Instagram, why can't we do something like that in clubs on a weekday night? We called it the Quiet Set. And ever since we started that, we didn't have a show that didn't sell out, including the show that we are going to play the next Wednesday in Hyderabad. So I was like, yeah, focusing on strength is actually working for us. Now the third story. This is not a quality, but probably we'll also talk a little bit about what kind of person I am, right? So in COVID, I didn't have a job. I was sitting at home. I was thinking, what is the purpose of me doing music? Because until then, I never thought I could be a musician, but now I'm a full-time musician without a job, of course. But I still thought, what is the purpose of me doing music? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it the numbers on social media? Is it streaming platforms, the money that I earn through it? Or there can be a number of reasons, but nothing was really convincing. And during COVID, a lot of people were going through tough times, right? So they would write DMs to me on Instagram saying, we listen to your music, it's very healing and all of that. I felt really good about it. But once the COVID lockdown was lifted, we started performing gigs, and there was this girl who came up to me and said that she lost her mom. And she said she loves her mom a lot, and when she was going through this tough time, she would listen to my music and that it would heal her. While I was very moved by what she said, I was also curious to know, what are the songs that you heard when you actually felt low? She said a couple of songs she mentioned. And I went back in time to think, what was I thinking when I was recording those songs? So imagine a room, right? An empty room where I'm sitting in front of a selfie camera with a tanpura on and singing something that I like. Now, why do I like a song? I might like a song because I like the lyrics in it, because I like the meaning of it, or because the singer sang it well, or the composition is good. So I would sing a song that I like out of my conviction. Imagine this song goes on internet and it reaches somebody who's sitting in a dark room who lost her mom. She understands the song very differently. I'll give you another example. You might have seen this song that I'm going to sing right now on your Instagram reels. It goes like, Yandaro cheppina mate kada, kalla mundare unna dare kada. తొందరే ముందన్న తీరొద్దిక కష్టపడ్డోడికే దైవం తోడుండదా. This song is from the movie Idli Kottu, and I sang it. So this song, I said it because there are about 55,000 reels on this. And what are those reels on? Some of them are on Lord Shiva and Tiruvannamalai. Some are on political leaders. And a few more are on cricketers. I love it when I see my songs on Virat Kohli, to be very honest. So I saw a lot of reels on Virat Kohli and how difficult times he has faced and how he came out of all of that. And that's actually very nice to see. But this song, I'll tell you how I felt when I sang this. Now I keep getting a lot of messages saying, oh, this song has great meaning and you expressed it really well and all of that. Now I'll tell you my side of the story. I got a call. I was told that there's this movie called Idli Kadai in Tamil, and an authentic folk singer had sung this in Tamil, and you have to mimic him. You have to sound as close as possible to him. Now, I am born and brought up in Hyderabad. I have no idea of what folk music is, and that's one genre of music that I never ever even tried to attempt because I thought that's not for me. And here I am with a song. I can't lose an opportunity, right? So when I was singing, I obviously read the lyrics and I found it really nice, but my top priority was to emulate his voice. And I did my best. And trust me when I say this, I didn't think that it would make the final cut. But it really did. And when the movie released, it didn't work that much in Telugu. So thankfully, nobody heard the song. Because I was actually a little scared that people would say, it's such a beautiful song in Tamil, this guy spoiled it in Telugu. I was happy. And then it came on the OTT and people started watching it. It's a beautiful movie. You all should also watch it. And suddenly people started making reels. Now I am scared. I'm thinking, what would people say? And people have a different opinion. So I would like to say that the way you intend to sing a song is very different from the way people understand it. Now you heard all the three stories. There's a beautiful connection between all of them. In the words of one of my most favorite lyricists, Sirvenal Sitaram Shastri Garu, he wrote in one of the songs, goes like, Vennela Deepam Kondarida Adavini Saitam Velugu Kada. This roughly translates into the meaning that this world is for everybody, right? Whether you would like to have a stable life or you would want to take risks. Whether you want to amplify on your strengths or you want to work constantly on your weaknesses. Whether your music reaches people the way you intend or in other magical ways. All that matters is what you want to do and not who you are. You can be anybody. All that matters is what you want to do. If you know what you want to do, own yourself up for who you are, and just wait for the world to show its magic. Thank you so much.